Yo, hello ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Whatever time you're watching this. It's early for me, but we're back on the charts. Let's get into a weekly markup. So, actually, I marked up every pair that I normally trade USDCAD. No, except USDCAD. And I wanted to go over USDCAD first because if you remember the last weekly markup from last week, I was in shorts. Look, let's zoom in on this. Look at the shorts right now. So this was an entry. Remember how we were in drawdown and we said we are gonna take profit at 139? We took a little bit of profit at 139 and let the rest run. And then I closed fully at 80 pips. Which, honestly, was wrong because I needed to still hold my position. I needed to, instead of securing here at 139, I needed to secure here because this was on one of the main targets. And the main target was this one over here, which still has not been hit. So I should have still been in my trade and I would have been right now floating 219 pips. I should not signing me in. Alright, here we go. So this is the last trade. Well, the last trade I took was actually a loss on USDCAD, which was these shorts here. I had taken short somewhere here. I believe it was here, and then I came back up, and then I did not take these shorts, but I wanted to go over this entry because it was another potential entry that I should have added, and then another entry here. The price didn't break no structure here, and it created a lower high below previous area of supply. This was a perfect entry as well. An extra 100 pips that I missed out here. Man, this is why it's very important that you hold your trades. So I only caught 80 pips from this trade, closed fully at 88 pips, and I should have actually still been holding. Right now for 200 pips, I would have already been in profit on the month. I'm actually in drawdown right now for minus 20 pips. So now let's get into I just wanted to go over that. And the reason why I didn't do the weekly market for USDCAD because the bias still remains the same. I still see this target being hit before we start seeing some kind of rejection back to the upside. Alright, so that was it. Now let's get into the weekly markup. You can pause it and read it. GBPUSD. Let's get into GBPUSD. You always want to start on the monthly. Overall, we're bullish. Double bottom above 120. Bullish engulfing candle above 134. Price failed to keep on breaking lows below 132. It did try flipping bearish with these two bearish engulfing candles, but look at price failed to break below 132. Price was really bearish. It would have broken below 132 and continued mounting. And we have a bullish engulfing candle above 134, and then we have price on the way to 137,500. So we hop into the weekly. You can already see on the weekly we have a huge break of structure this week, and on Sunday we might get a huge weekly bullish engulfing candle, right? So we have to watch out for it. And then on the daily, same thing, huge break of structure. On Friday, actually, I had a markup for buys. We're up into the 4 hour right now. We're gonna see it on first of all on the daily. Daily bullish engulfing candle, and we have higher lows above it, and then the bullish engulfing candle, all signaling that price was going to continue bullish all the way to 137,500, which was untested sellers. Actually, here, well, we're about to test them right now, so I do believe we're going to come clear maybe above 137,500, and then maybe either have a higher low above it and continue to the upside, or clear everything up and then start rejecting below and continue to the downside. First target being 134, but for now it's definitely still buys. Now let's hop into the 4 hour. So into the 4 hour, this is what I was looking for on Friday. Actually, on Thursday. You can see Thursday. This is where I started noticing the price action here. So I had already seen the bullish engulfing candle at higher levels above 134, and price was above previous area of supply. Look at this, really good trade. All price has to do here is either a higher low which that's what it did, and continue bullish. And this would have been my first target. Or man, I gotta get a new HDMI cable. Or possible shorts below here. Obviously the shorts didn't happen, but the buys were there, and the entry mainly happened at London session 22 20, so you can see London session, exactly London session. Look at that, right? That's when price started pushing everything, and then we ranged all of the Asian session. That's the thing, you get the range for the Asian session, and then you get the continuation during London, and then we got an extra continuation during New York session. London session, the end of London session starts slowing down, and then New York session open and continue to the upside. Definitely still buys. Maybe we could even get a potential retest into 135,500 for it being a previous area supply, maybe to turn into new demand, or maybe we could get some sells below. But for now, it's still fully bullish. Now let's get into GJ. You can pause it and read it. Let's get into the monthly. You can already see the monthly, we're overall bullish trend, bullish engulfing candle and higher low above 195. Then we have another bullish engulfing candle above 208, and then we're currently above 208. Right now we're looking like we're already on the way to 240. Hop into the weekly bullish engulfing candle. We're still above 208. Now we might be coming back down to 208 to maybe retest previous area of supply, turn it into new demand, and continue up and continue to the upside. And now the daily, that's what's happening. Daily is bullish turning bearish. Actually, I put bullish here, but I mean we're still overall bullish, but it is turning bearish. Then on the 4 hour we are bearish now, or bullish turning bearish. Price will to keep on breaking highs above 215. And then we have a huge bearish engulfing candle here below the double top. Now price is looking like it's gonna come back down all the way to 208. Right, we have liquidity to clear, and then price has already started melting. This is what I was looking for on the smaller time frames. Since we do have supply here and strong heavy momentum zone here, we could either have a potential trade here. Right, this was the first supply that we're gonna test as price ranges, right? So we're gonna have sells off of it, or we're gonna break above it and have some buys off of it. It's that simple. Now let's get into UJ. You can pause it and read it. UJ very much relates to GJ. Look at that, almost looks like GJ. So I'm into the monthly. The monthly, we're overall bullish. Higher lows above 125. Support above 14500. Monthly bullish engulfing candle above 151. And right now we're currently rejecting below 158,500. So we might have a pullback to 151, and then at 151 we're gonna see if we break below 151, then we're officially now bearish, or we respect that as a higher low, then we're still bullish. On the weekly, you could already see the nice rejection below 158,500, which I actually mentioned last week as well, because for this being a pretty strong area of supply, and then we tested it again, it's gonna give us a nice reaction. Who knows if it's gonna give us a full drop all the way back down to 140 though, because the first two times it gave us a drop all the way to 140. Maybe for sure we're touching 151, that's for sure, which is still 400 pips away. Now the daily, look, broke structure, price failed to keep on breaking highs above 158,500, and now once the market opens on Sunday, or today is Sunday by the way, it's just that I'm recording this before the market opens. This looks like this candle gonna close with a huge bearish engulfing candle, signaling that price gonna continue to the downside, because on the 4 hour you could already see we already closed with the huge bearish engulfing candle below a previous area where we had previous area supply and then previous demand, right? So now we might even come retest it with the higher low and continue to the downside. But I definitely do see a potential trade entry at 151, or maybe a potential trade entry if we come retest this previous area of supply and demand. Now, last but not least, NZDCAD. You can pause it and read it. NZDCAD. And you would think that NZDCAD relates to or correlates with the USDCAD, but they literally do their own thing. So on the monthly NZDCAD, we were bearish, and now we're actually turning bullish. Price foods keep on breaking lows below 0.78,500, and now it looks like we're bullish. We're closing with a bullish engulfing candle above 0.80. We still have 5 days for the month to close. Right? We have 5 days for the month to close. So let's see how the month is gonna close. On the weekly, it's pretty much gonna be the same thing. Well, we actually already broke structure here, so there's no reason to be yellow. I only have a yellow because it's still active, right? Once it's already been cleared, it's no longer yellow. But on the weekly, we look like we're gonna close with a huge bullish engulfing candle as well. So we gotta watch out for it on Sunday. Then we obviously have the double bottom above 0.78,500. Then we hop into the daily. You could already see huge bullish engulfing candle, huge break of structure. And then on the 4-hour, we're bullish and we're actually turning bearish. Why are we turning bearish? Because as you can see, price tested the previous area of supply, untested for the first time, and we tested it for the first time. And then look at this on the 4-hour, by the way. Bearish engulfing candle below the previous area of supply and demand. And now all we have to wait for is probably gonna create a lower high below it, or we're gonna break above and create a higher low above it. All we have to do is just wait, and we're gonna get a nice trade off of this zone as well. So it's something I'm looking for to start off the week. First target being this low. Well, the main target would be 0.80, and then for the buys would be these targets right here for TP1. And that's basically it. Back to work. Peace and love to anybody watching this. See you next week. I commend you health, wealth, knowledge, wisdom for you and your entire family. Peace and love.